gonna be out here messing around. You're welcome to hang out. And try to make some more of these trays. Still need to kind of like smooth out the bottom of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna make some little walnut trays and a couple of things on the agenda for now. Gonna make a handle and sand down this little box here. Sand her down and put a little handle on that. Let's see, what did I do today when I was messing around? I made a little card holder from a business card. Let's see how long that stays there. I'm gonna throw on my dust mask, so I'm not gonna be able to chat much for a minute here, folks.
You definitely want a dust mask, especially when you're working with walnut. That dust is not good for you. Yeah. Something up with my power here. I don't know, something's going on with my power. I blow a breaker. Yeah, what happened, dude? All right, we're back in business. Hey, thanks for joining. Where are y'all from? Sorry, it's hard to hear me. I got the mask on. Whoa, bud. Whoa. I think I might have went a little too deep all at once on that one, dude. Try that again, but much lower. I think I got a little too greedy on that. Oh, and I got some tear out there, dude. Lesson learned on that, I guess, dude. Don't try to bite off too much all at once. Let me just square this up real quick. There we go. There we go.
what happened there was I tried to take too much at once, and it dug in and caused some tear out on the side of the tray. So we're going to go again on a different block and go a little bit slower. Yeah, you can see that tear out there. So I'm thinking that's not so bad. I could probably rip this down here and still make another tray out of it. That's a shame. That was a nice piece of wood. But I could cut it down to this size and make, you know, this size tray, I guess.
You know what else, man? A little bit at a time, guys. Got ahead of myself and it fucked me over there. Sort of moving around on me, so I'm gonna put a wedge in there. There we go.
Good habit to get into to always unplug your router before you swap out your board. You never know.
Let's put this one in.
Hey, welcome to everybody that's just tuning in.
It occurred to me that I could clamp this. It'll help that. So. Don't forget to plug it back in, dude. Take this motherfucker out. Yeah.
Yo, so I screwed that one up as well and got tear out. So it looks like I need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to my little homemade jig there for these. Unfortunate, but you know, just a little experiment. We did have one come out good. Got this little one, these ones. I'll figure out something with them. Maybe I'll end up hand carving these while I'm at work or something. Who knows, dude. Set those bad boys aside for now. just kind of winged this jig earlier, and I probably should have like looked online on how to do that a little better. So I'll come back to it. All right, dude. So at least we got the one tray out of that. I still got to sand this one down. It'll be a nice little, I don't know, throw your keys and change in there or whatever. I think I'm gonna just start working on this. This is just like a random shaped little box here. Random shaped little bandsaw box. So it needs to be sanded. And I need to put a little, think about what kind of little handle I want to put on there. Maybe I'll make it a little drawer pull out of walnut. Yeah, you know what? That sounds fantastic, dude. You think, is that too big? Guys, is that handle too big? Maybe a little smaller of a little handle on there? Let's see how it looks. A little bit smaller maybe on the handle. Yeah, that's perfect. What's up? Welcome. Just chilling in the shop today. It's a good little handle, huh? Yeah. There's the 120. There's the one we wanted. I was watching a YouTuber last night. He's I forgot his name, fantastic woodworker, man. But he was bitching about sanding. And I feel like sanding's part of the meditation of it, you know? It's part of the chill of it, dude. So this is my first bandsaw box that I made, dudes. And I don't know, I think it turned out all right. I just went with a random shape. I guess I could have done a frog or something close to that, but I dig it, dude. I dig it. You know, you throw your little whatever, throw your rings in there, or your whatever little thing, dude, your roaches. I don't know. Even though you're never going to see this, I feel like you still got to sand it, dude. Yo, where are you guys tuning in from? You want to throw that in the chat? I can see where you guys are from. Guess I could have used the orbital sander for that, but whatever. Dude, I should glue that drawer pull on while I'm sitting here. Turn that into a tiny mess. Is the clamp overkill in this situation, dude? I don't know, but let's clamp it. I'll just leave that clamped for a little while. When we get back to the relaxing task of sanding. You know what, I got some 50 the other day, dude. Gator black zirconium. We'll give it a shot. Feels pretty rough, dude. Might have to go back to 80. Dude, that's good stuff. That is good stuff, Gator. So yeah, this is a good one for getting like knocked down, you know, getting those rough edges knocked down. I guess if I had everything, I could have one of those spindle sanders in here, but kind of tight in the little shop, dude. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I got like my workbench here, you know, tools and stuff on it. There's my workbench, and I got my belt and disc sander right there, generator over there. Got my planer, table saw, compound miter saw. There's the bandsaw. So I don't have a huge workspace here. That's it. That's the whole joint, dude. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Hanging out in the shop with me on this beautiful Saturday. While I just sand and sand. We're getting there. Getting there at the weird shaped little box. If you guys are enjoying hanging out here, it would help the channel out a lot if you could subscribe. No pressure though. I'm not the boss of you. But it would help us get more followers. Oh, we got kind of a tough edge here. We're gonna have to sand down, guys. And then in here we'll smooth that out, but there's a little lip still on that side. And we still got to do the bottom. Old 50 grit gator is doing the job here, though, dude. Tell you what. We'll go over it with like a 120 when we're done, make it smoother. We got to decide what kind of stain we're going to put on this thing. We're going to polyurethane, we're going to Danish oil, we're going to tongue oil. You know, if I was a little bit more precise in the glue phase, it would have saved me a lot of hassle right here, dude. This little lip, so. Just another example of how being in a hurry can make it cost you time, you know? sure what that's to, but that looks important. Put it in the tray. Now I think the next one of these I make is going to have way less turns in it, dude. But it is kind of a cool little abstract shape. I don't know. I like it. Somebody out there will love it. Just like you. I would show you guys a quick little business card holder I made today. I was out here just farting around, dude, making weird little things, and I made a little business card holder I can put down at the local coffee shop there. And they can see I can display my cards down there. Yo, what's up, William? Welcome. We're just chilling out here on a Saturday, sanding some stuff. Good to see you, dude. Dude, there's still just the tiniest little fucking lip right there, man. Oh, there it goes. Did that. Did that one. Let's get that squared away. You know, sometimes it's nice just to make something that you're not trying to sell. It's just you're just trying to make something cool. You know, might give this one away. I don't know, dude. I got a day job. This is kind of just like the thing I like to do. It would be cool if at some point I can, you know, make a living off this. But dude, I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of the dream, but till then, I'll keep working my day job and coming in here after work and making stuff. Coming in here on Saturday, Sunday, spending all day here. Except for next Saturday, dudes, I am gonna go meet the guy that mills the walnut, and I'm gonna get some more walnut wood from this dude. So pretty excited about that one. Honestly, I'm gonna get a sander for that piece, dude. Hey, cover your ears, dude. Get Sander, Mr. Sander on that. What we got here? Got that 50 again. I think we're putting Mr. 50 away. Heading over to 120 here. Anybody who's just joining, you missed earlier when I absolutely butchered these trays here. Yeah, but we did get a good tray over here. These suckers though, I rushed it with the router and it dug in on this one and it ripped out the side on that one. So lesson learned, dude. That's the lesson for today, I guess, for me, is being in a hurry costs you time. And we're trying to slow it down. Should I stain this one dark or light, guys? I decided I'm going to do Danish oil on this one. We have this golden oak, which is kind of like a light, almost orangey one. And then we have the black walnut Danish oil. So let me know what you think. Dark or light on the little box here. I got some chunks of walnut I'm going to glue up into a big block later so that tomorrow I can make a wooden or a walnut one of these little wooden boxes. Still not sure what shape I want to do on that one. Man, we got a little. I'm wondering about maybe we should go too old. Going over here to this sander. That made quick work of that. Alright, I think I'm gonna just kind of round all the edges a little bit, dude, before I put a finish on there. Also, any ideas on how I'm supposed to sand that? I guess I should have done that before I glued it all back together, right? Oh well, dude. Lesson learned. I think it's sort of like a primal thing, dude, you know, like we've been making stuff out of wood for a long, long time. It just feels good to do it. It feels relaxing. Fulfilling, you know. I just want to get the sharp edge off of it all, you know. is a drawer. A drawer pull. See a little. Yeah, buddy. Got your little roach box or whatever you want to put in there, dude. Your little rings, your little keepsakes or whatever. I do not like how this looks right here, dude. So we're gonna take this over to the sander. Yep, even on the sander, you got to be careful, dudes. That sucker bit me. I'll be all right. I'm gonna hit that one more time. There we go. So, do I want to go? I want to go dark or light on this box, guys. Dark and then a light drawer. Yes. That is the answer, dudes. Dark and then a light drawer. So we will do this drawer first. Yeah, we'll hit this drawer with a little of this oak colored golden oak Danish oil. Oh, that's nice. That looks good. And there's the drawer finished in the golden oak colored Danish oil. That's a little drawer. And now we're, oh, missed a spot. Now we're going to do the body of the little cabinet, the little box. We're going to do in a way darker color. So they sort of contrast each other, you know? We got this black walnut Danish oil. Yeah, I can dig that. Thanks everybody for tuning in, hanging out at the shop on a beautiful Saturday. Just kind of in here making stuff. We already kind of got our production stuff done yesterday, so today is just messing around, dude. Doing it for the love of it. Hey yo, welcome. Welcome. I don't know how to say your name. Is that Saeed? Do I say it Saeed? I got that right? Let's get this. Dude, that really makes the grain, that really makes the grain pop on that one, dude. I dig it. I dig it. Bro, seriously, we got a fucking... This wood is kind of soft, so we've already got a little mark in it, dude. Which makes me want to just sand that out real quick. If that's possible. Nice. Very nice. What up, Sam? This is a this is gonna be a little box. This is a so here's the box, and then the drawer goes in here, and it's just like a little, you know, a little box, dude. A little stash box or whatever. The shape is just some random shape. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks for stopping by, too. Sam, next time you come over, we'll have, you can make one of these. I'll teach you how to make one of these, buddy. Yeah, see, the backside's already got scratches, dude. Irritating. That is irritating. So here's what we will do. Go over it again. Go again. Much better. Next one's going to be walnut. It won't be so soft. This one, I might end up putting a little bit harder of a coating on it, I think, once this dries. Maybe some polyurethane. Something a little bit tougher, because this wood is a little soft, dude. I'm just gonna let that dry for just a second and then hit it again, dude. You know what I mean? What else we gotta work on here? Oh yeah, we were gonna glue up some walnut tonight so that tomorrow we can make another one of these boxes. Sam, I don't know if you're still tuned in, but check out this little, I made a little tiny business card holder. Yeah, probably urethane, dude. I don't have any sort of acrylic coating over here. Yeah, that hammer came out hella nice, dude. Dude, if Quinn wants to come over one of these days with you and make his own hammer, you know, I'm cool with it if you're cool with it. If you think he's capable of doing so. What we're talking about, guys, is Sam came over the other day and he liked my little, this is a scrap woodworking mallet that I just needed to make real quick, and he liked it, so he made one for himself, and his turned out really dope, dude. Got my neighbors driving by waving. Yeah, second coat was a good idea. Might let this sit for a sec here. Let it get a little drier. Hit it again. Try to get a little darker because I really want it to. I want it to really contrast with the drawer, you know. Like, I guess it kind of does. That's concurrent. I'm not sure what the total was. At one point we had 50 concurrent today, which is my record. Dude, I like this. I like how the little drawer turned out. Look at that. That's cool, man. That's cool, man. Maybe I'll hit the drawer with another coat of the golden oak finish. Sam, I don't know if you can still hear me, dude, but if you have like a block of wood or something, that'd be super good for making one of these. Oh, I'll talk to you later when I get over there. Excuse me. Oh, okay, 10-4. There. All right, I mean, I guess I could keep wiping this eternally, but I have to call it eventually. Dude. Move on to the next thing. Folks, I need a couple of minutes to go properly dispose of these. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. What's happening, people? So, this garage door's kind of blocking my light a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right, so we were going to glue up some walnut chunks. Actually, we could also work on this board. This is going to be a, damn, that's a good looking board. It's going to be a, like a charcuterie board, but a nice thick one, you know? Super buff one, dude. Could work on that. Where's that big chunk? I was going to kind of chop this one up and then glue it back together into a big block to make one of those boxes with for tomorrow. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do that. Watch out for that. It's bad. That's bad. bandsaw. I don't know, can I turn this? Oh yeah, dude. Can I turn it at the bandsaw though? What's the deal here? Can I do that? No. Okay. Bear with me, folks. How can I get you guys looking at the bandsaw, dude? Let's get you guys looking at the bandsaw. Does that show the bandsaw? Okay, there's a bandsaw. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of cut this one up into some chunks. Cut out the bad, you know. Where's that gonna be at? It's gonna be like right there. That's perfect. No, that's way too big, buddy. But maybe we could. Maybe we could put a strip of different color wood in there. That would actually be pretty fucking sick, dude. Yeah, you know what, dude? Let's wipe that off. Clean off your eyes, guys. What if we put... Is that cedar? That is cedar. So, like, what if we put... strips of cedar, right? We put strips of cedar in there, like that. And then cut the box this way, so there's like a stripe on the top of it, dude. I think that's a good idea. Okay, yeah, that's already thicker than that. That's fine. Yeah, I think we should put a little cedar stripe in there, buddy. Just so happen to have a little cedar fence board sitting over here that we could totally fucking put in there. All right. Go over to Mr. Chop Saw. piece of cedar in between there. Yeah. I think we should probably rip that corner off. And maybe get a little. It's like, how deep does that fucking go? Doesn't matter. You can feel that. So yeah, so like that'll be the top of the box, and it'll have a little cedar stripe in it. I don't know. Yeah, let's fucking go for it. A little bit off. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be cool. So this is exactly what we'll do. But what board do we want to be the face of this thing? Like we want to pick out what the face of the box is going to be. And I think I like that side. So that'll be the top. All right, my dudes, big glue time. I'm gluing, clamping, and sanding. All right, that might have been a little much on the glue. A little overzealous on the glue there. There we go. We got our piece of cedar. Got some more glue. Nice. I'm not going to go so wild with the glue again. There we go. Perfect. Well, you know what? A lot of people glue both sides. Let's try gluing both sides here. This fucker ain't going nowhere. And then here. Tight bone 3. That shit'll be stronger than the wood. That's what they say. I don't really give a fuck if I got some squeeze out on this one, dude. There we go. Thanks again if everybody's tuning in, hanging out. Cobb Mountain Woodworks. Chilling on a Saturday. Just messing around in the shop. Making some stuff in my tiny little wood shop, dude. It's a wee little wood shop. I don't know if it's a sign of the economy or not, dude, but these clamps are $20 each, and that's seems fucking ridiculous to me, my guy. Does that seem like a lot for a clamp, dude? We're gonna wipe off some of this squeeze out while we're here. Just get a little bit of that out of there while we're here. And I feel like I gotta move this clamp a little lower, dude. Much better. Oh, I fucking kicked it right out of the little shoe. And we will move this one down too, actually. Pretty good. That is pretty good, dude. So yeah, so that'll be like with the bottom and the top of the next box will have this stripe, but it'll also have a beautiful walnut face. So you probably know this by now, but I love walnut, dude. Set this bad dog over there. So we have a box to make tomorrow. Oh, that's right. We are going to chamfer the bottom of that. So, you know, this one has this crack. See this crack? But I'm going to fill it with like CA glue, dude, and rock this board because it's got some crazy 3D action to the grain. And I don't want to just throw this one out. So we'll glue that when we get to it. in here. I'll fill it with sawdust and glue. And it'll be fine. But, you know, some things have little things like little flaws, and you just repair them as best you can, dude. And oftentimes, that gives them a little bit of character and sets them apart from other pieces, you know? So do we want that to be the top? That to be the top. Okay. Let's call that the top. And let's do this so that I remember that that's the top. Okay. Is this dry enough? All right, this is feeling dry to the touch, so let's take a little gander at our box, folks. Here's our little box we made. Pretty cool, dude. I'll definitely make some more of these boxes. I'm not sure if it's something that would sell. I don't know. Shit, they're fun to make. They'll make good little gifts for the holidays. Yeah, that came out pretty dope, dude. I feel like I could do another coat of the Danish oil on that. Or I could do the polyurethane on that too, dude. We'll do that at the end of the night when I'm not making sawdust. Oh, that's right. I have a hard time throwing away these little scraps of wood, dude. I don't know. They're all just, they're like beautiful little pieces of wood. Look at that. Like so. Eventually they'll become something. They'll do something. I'm not throwing those out like this. What is that? Who knows? Who knows what that'll be? Just like random scraps that I got, dude. Like having a hard time throwing that out. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something. Tidy up a tiny bit here. Thanks guys for chilling with me on the shop on a Saturday, man. Dig it. Much appreciated having the company, you know. Just out here on the day off after a 60-hour week. Just chilling, dude, making stuff. Living the dream. Living the dream, dude. If you're having a good time, feel free to drop a subscribe, dude. Follow the channel. Hit the alarm bell, dude, if you want alerts for when we're streaming here, but no pressure, man. You don't have to if you don't want to. See, I'm just going to put a little chamfer around the bottom edge of this so that it makes it look like, you know, separate from the surface that it's sitting on. And then I'm going to just do a slight round off, like just a sand these corners. I'm not going to do any kind of round over, no juice groove. It's just going to be like a hella sick piece of wood serving board or, you know, cutting board, whatever you want to use it for, but probably serving board, I would say. You know, you might have some guests over. You fucking want to get a little fancy, dude. You bust out the old solid walnut board, dude. All your guests will admire your wood. Dude, I gotta say, for like, I don't know how much this was, like $50 or some shit at Harbor Freight. It's a pretty dope little compact router, dude. I mean, it's, you know, it's not the most powerful or whatever, but it's getting the job done for me here. And it was super cheap. And I'm not a rich man, dude, so it's right up my alley and it's doing a great job. Shout out to Harbor Freight for your Bauer compact router, dude. Fantastic. And they're not paying me, obviously. Oh yeah. If you're sanding or you're cutting or you're routering walnut, you want to wear a respirator, dude. Not just a dust mask. A respirator, because that dust is not good for you. Oh,
I better get our little box out of the blast zone there, dude. Gonna need a clamp. Gonna need a clamp. Thanks again for joining, guys. Cover your ears. This one might be a little loud. And I just realized I put the chamfer on the top, dude. So we'll make that top to bottom. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. Yeah, that'll be fine. That side's good too. Whatever, dude. Sometimes you make mistakes, guys. It's just how it is, man. No big deal. You keep on rolling, man. It's like everything else. Okay. This puppy's ready for some sanding, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, we should put this away. Oh, yeah, and I forgot I have this, we got to sand this too because we got to sand this too. This is the one we repaired the other day. So we got to sand down that glue. And should look pretty sick, dude. And then this one will be ready for oil. Come on, baby. Get on there. My only complaint about this router is like getting this piece back on there. It can be a tiny pain in the bottom. Okay, this can go away.
Okay, so here's the problem with that one. The super glue and sawdust worked great here, 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 like it's smooth. It looks good. But I missed that. And I missed right here. So I got to redo that. Which is just as well since I'm already going to be sealing up this crack here. And this crack here. On this sweet ass board. So I mean, like usually I put this little round over edge or whatever the fuck that's called. But this one we're gonna keep just the bottom chamfer. We'll glue up these here. And I don't know, man. I kind of like the little cracks and the little stuff that's in the walnut. I have one of the napkin holders I made. I just left the little crack in it. And it ended up looking sick, dude. But the thing about, you know, if people are going to be serving food on this, then we have to get these filled. Otherwise, you know, bacteria can get down in there and breed down in there. So these have to be filled. This is a requirement if we're going to sell this to somebody with a clean conscience. So, super glue it is. Where did I put it, dude? There it is. Super glue. Luckily, I have an unlimited supply of sawdust. There we go. Yeah. Very good. Very good. I think I'm going to be a little more deliberate on this one. Okay, I might have overkilled it on that, but I just don't want to have to do this again on this board, dude. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So we'll put this back over here. Dry. This guy. I'm gonna do this guy. I got it. Like this. Yeah, like that. All right. So you just try to get the sawdust to go down in a little crack, and then you hit it with the super glue. A lot of woodworker YouTubes like to say CA glue. It's super glue. Sometimes I'll say CA glue. Anyway, yeah, you want to just make sure you get it down in the crack real good, you know, before you hit it with the super glue. There we go. That is not in the crack enough, dude. Yeah, there we go. Little runaway glue there, dude. A little bit of runaway glue here, so we'll just wipe that. We're gonna end up sanding it tomorrow, so it's okay. It's okay. I do, however, want to seal this crack on the other side without getting super glue on my clamp, without making a mess with the glue. We're going for it, dude. think it's better to repair the cracks, dude. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You gonna just throw away a perfectly good piece of wood or whatever? Just do a little repair. Do you know what I mean? Let's get these two sorted tomorrow. Let them dry. Got that crack repaired. I got that crack repaired. What if we just give it another little dusting, dude? What could it hurt? What could it hurt? See how that shit looks tomorrow. So what do we get today? We got a little tray that we still need to sand. Pretty cool. We destroyed 2 possible trays. We did get the little box done today, dude. Huh? This is a cool little box we got done today, dude. Just a random kind of abstract shape. We glued up the walnut with the cedar so that we can do a cedar box or a walnut box tomorrow that'll have a little thin strip of cedar around it. That'll look pretty dope. The strip of cedar will also be in the drawer too. So that's pretty cool for tomorrow. We've got the tray. We got this done today. I screwed around a lot today. I put a new blade on the bandsaw. You know, it was a good day. I'm glad you guys came and hung out in the shop. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe or whatever. Hit that notification bell so you get alerted when we have a live stream, you know, or don't. You don't have to do that. I'm not the boss of you, dude. I can't tell you what to do, so. But yeah, dude, you know, if you have a good time hanging out, come on back next time. I'll be doing this again tomorrow. I'm doing a couple other little projects tomorrow, so I work a full-time job. Lately I've been doing 60-hour weeks, and that's going to be going for a while. But I try to get at least an hour in the shop after work every day. And then on the weekends, I try to get quite a few hours in the shop. So stay tuned, dude. Hang out. It's fun. It's fun to make stuff, hang out, and talk. Sweeping up the easy way, dude, with the old blower. Gonna give a shout out to Timberwolf bandsaw blades, dude. They're not sponsoring me, but they were super responsive, really cool to work with, and a very, very nice blade. So if you guys need a new bandsaw blade, I would recommend giving them a call or check out their website or whatever. They were cool. What's the deal? Oh. Oh, you know what, dude? Let me go show you guys this sunset. Holy shit, that's incredible, dude. Go this way. Look at that, dude. Absolutely incredible. Sounds like a neighbor's dog got injured there. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed hanging out at the shop with me today. I have some friends from out of town, and I'm really looking forward to going to see them. So I'm going to go visit with them tonight, and I'll be back out here in the shop tomorrow. So thanks for joining. We'll see y'all soon.